There are parts of the world where few of us would dare go. Where terrain is tough and temperatures unforgiving. And where mysterious myths and infamous legends still linger in the shadows. I'm Francesca Chiorando, and I'm on a mission to discover some of the most treacherous corners of the globe.
Dangerous!
Yeah, sorry! Ah!
Some scary, and others dangerous.
Genuinely thought I might die.
Places where the landscape has shaped its people. Are these really some of the most challenging places on Earth?
This place hits every single one of your senses with a sledgehammer.
And what will I discover when I get there?
Come with me. Come. Go.
I'm traveling to sunny beach, Bulgaria. Sitting on the edge of the Black Sea and sandwiched between Turkey and Romania, the town has become a favorite destination for holidaymakers looking for a budget getaway. But cheap booze and readily available drugs have turned this beachside resort into the party capital of Eastern Europe. Revelers travel here expecting nothing more dangerous than sunburn. But behind the image of cocktails and beach umbrellas is a shady underworld of organized crime and a town under siege from warring criminal gangs. Not only that, but its close proximity to the border with Turkey has led to the area being targeted by religious fundamentalists and terrorists, with devastating results.
They have blown a bus with Israeli tourists, and about 7 people died.
I've heard about this place, and while it might have a reputation for being a bit out of control, people here just want to have a good time. It's sun, sea, sand, and sex on a budget. Can this place be dangerous? I want to find out what lies beneath the surface.
At first glance, this looks like any ordinary holiday destination. Teenagers taking their first trips away, stag do's, cheap beach holiday. But is this just a veneer that covers the real story?
Bulgaria lies in Eastern Europe, and its coastline is lapped by the Black Sea. Bordering Turkey, it's the gateway into Europe from the Middle East. I've arranged to meet Traian, a local who will be my guide and translator. He's promised to give me a lowdown on what Sunny Beach is all about and what problems it's facing.
Hi, Francesca.
Hey, Traian.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Sunny Beach is one of our best resorts. People having fun, as you see, like enjoying themselves. But there's like a lot they don't see what is happening just behind the curtains. I have a small tour for you, so I'll show you around, so you get more familiar with it. So the best way to see Sunny Beach is by using that, a go-kart.
Okay. Looks fun.
You didn't expect that, did you?
No. Traian, why do people come to Sunny Beach?
Everything is cheap here. Like, the alcohol is cheap, the hotel, the whole stay. And it's quite nice, sunny, as you see. So it's a great place to have a holiday. I think that's the thing. And also, it managed to get so nice because the whole thing is owned by a company. So it's run as a business, which makes the place great.
So to understand, the whole area of Sunny Beach is owned by one company, But then the shops and the restaurants and the beaches are owned by individuals.
It's privatized, as I know, and it's kind of, imagine you're running a hotel, but like a quite big one.
Are there any locals around here? What do they think of all of this?
People are happy, like it brings them money, like this money feeds them all day. There's also a lot of interest from other people that call themselves businessmen, but they are people who are part of organized crime.
Sunny Beach has started to become a victim of its own popularity. With the increasing influx of tourists has come an influx of a different type. Rival organizations now operate here, making huge profits selling drugs to holidaymakers. It's resulted in a power struggle between criminal gangs.
How much control do they have here and what things do they control?
You can say that they control a very big part of it. It's like even where you're gonna park your taxi, there is a certain person you should pay to do that.
So you're saying that these people ask for protection money from the businesses?
Yeah, they do. It's a fee that you pay not to be bothered. You don't pay, I think you can imagine what may happen to you. It may happen to verbal threats, it may go into physical threats, and it can go into something worse than that. The organized crimes was like here for a while, but recently it got really, really bad.
Just 2 months ago, 10 masked men entered the 4U bar and restaurant in the heart of Sunny Beach and started shooting. It was here that the infamous drug lord, Mityo the Eyes, was shot and critically injured. His bodyguard was killed. The gangland shootout happened in front of a packed crowd of diners. Amazingly, they escaped unhurt. In order for me to delve deeper, I've arranged to meet investigative journalist Dimitar Stoyanov. He's been one of the few reporters to cover corruption and organized crime stories in Bulgaria.
Hey.
As he reported on the shootout, I want to find out what happened.
This is a resort village that is a specific market for drugs, due to the large number of foreign tourists. A conflict arose between two rival gangs who wanted control of the drugs market here. This conflict resulted in an armed shootout. One gang attacked the other in a restaurant.
Can you tell me exactly what happened on the day of the shooting?
Things started in a very simple way. One of the gangs provoked the conflict with a local gangster called Dimitar Zilashkov, better known as Mityo the Eyes, because he has very striking eyes. He and his gang burst into a restaurant of their competitors, taking the law into their own hands because of the disrespect they had received on the street.
And this happened during the day?
Yes, Mitya's gang entered with axes and knives, but were met with gunfire. Practically all of the security in the restaurant were wearing bulletproof vests. They carried firearms. Instead of a fight, it turned into a shootout.
This sounds more like the Wild West than a well-known holiday resort.
What did they want?
They wanted to keep their territory, but the reasons for the violence run much deeper. This is a war between two gangs who want control of the drugs market in this place.
I asked Dimitar to take me to see the 4U restaurant, which has now changed its name. But he starts to feel uneasy.
Wait, we are getting too close to the restaurant. We need to get out of here. Let's go back.
Why did we have to leave that area so quickly?
I'm a part of a very serious investigative media organization that is well known in Bulgaria. We had to leave because we had several articles covering the story.
And if they recognized you, that would be dangerous.
It really is dangerous. It's a fact that my newspaper Hellhole was the only organization to tell the whole story. There was a report published and a high-level politician was cited as being allegedly involved in the drugs trade. I believe that on a local level, the drugs gangs are protected by the prosecution office and the security service. It hampers the real fight against crime in the community.
The idea that Sunny Beach is privately run as a business from the outside, but then controlled by criminal gangs on the inside, protected by government officials, makes this a potentially dangerous place. Perhaps not directly, as all of the organizations need tourists to make money, but indirectly.
Now that Mityo is in hospital, his territory is in danger of being taken over by a rival gang. They will try to assert control of the drugs trade, of the taxi business and racketeering here, forcing local bar and restaurant owners to pay protection money.
The desperation of the gangs to gain the upper hand while Mityo lies in hospital means that the streets of Sunny Beach have effectively become a battleground.
Mityo has always been a local player. He's said to have 9 lives. He has survived many assassination attempts. People have tried to shoot him and blow him up.
But there's an indirect threat. They could be caught up in it. In the bar where there were tourists there, they were eating, very easily they could have been caught in crossfire. So whilst no one is threatening the tourists directly because they need them, something could happen accidentally.
Now that Dimitar has explained to me the real and present dangers of Sunny Beach, I want to know what methods the gangs are employing to maintain control of the area. Dimitar tells me he has something to show me, just a short drive out of the centre, to a wooded area off the main road.
So why have you brought me here?
This is a crime scene. Right here, an important local businessman involved in construction was kidnapped.
And what happened to him?
He was pressured into buying some property by a senior local official, but he refused and was punished. He was shot and buried here. This is the work of the mafia. The mafia is synchronized between the organized crime and state officials.
I think this story highlights the state of play here currently. Just how crazy it is. We're so close to the road and we're not far from town. That somebody, from what I understand, who isn't involved in organized crime, because he didn't want to be involved in it, was murdered, brought here, dumped unceremoniously, and left.
Dimitar has left me in no doubt about how this place is run and the people in power. It troubles me that they appear ruthless and would stop at nothing to assert their authority, even if it meant a member of the public being caught in the crossfire. I want to find out what the authorities are doing about organised crime in Sunny Beach. So Dimitar has suggested I spend the evening with the local police force. The police face many challenges in Sunny Beach, but I want to know how a force of just 330 men and women cope in a town that swells to 500,000, as well as trying to keep a lid on the mafia feud.
So what are the biggest problems that you face?
The biggest problem here in terms of crime is theft. After that, it's drugs. Mainly possession and supply. Then you have drug production.
Who is it that's buying the drugs?
Mainly tourists. The resort has developed a reputation as a big alcohol destination, mainly due to the cheap prices.
The people who are selling drugs, are they more likely to be individuals and opportunists?
There are gangs and individuals.
I've heard stories firsthand that there is mafia and organized crime here.
At this point, the police chief starts to look uncomfortable with my questions. I can tell it's something he really doesn't want to answer.
Yes, that's inevitable. As the number of tourists expand, the demand grows. And as the demand grows, the supply becomes greater. So the gang's operations have to grow in order to serve the tourists and ultimately make more money.
Do you think there's any threat to the tourists from the organized crime?
Generally, there is always a threat of some kind. Because of what happened with the gang shootout, additional police have been dispatched from around the country to ensure the safety of the tourists in the resort.
It's only to be expected that the chief wants to assure me that he has the situation under control. But when a city is under threat from rival gangs made up of ex-special forces, there really can't be any assurances. And the problem is, another shootout could happen at any time. So for now, Sunny Beach Police remains on high alert. Of course, there are also small-time criminals operating here. But the difference is that they are targeting visitors directly. I've heard about one particular robbery tactic that I thought was a joke.
The first time we came to Sunny Beach, we found it very interesting. The criminals are creative. The pickpockets lay down under the sun lounges and bury themselves in the sand. Once buried underneath, they become like ninjas. Only their eyes are moving. Tourists come for a night swim, and once they've left their possessions and gone into the water, the criminals pounce, stealing their mobile phones, wallets, credit cards, hotel keys. While the victims are in the water, the thieves can get away.
My next destination is a place called St. Thomas Island, where I'm going to spend 24 hours learning to survive without my own food and water. The place is uninhabited, and I'm guessing there's a reason why. Bear Grylls will tell you that the most important item for survival is a knife, and I've heard that it's pretty easy to get whatever you want here.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yes, I'm going to be doing some survival training, so I thought a knife or a tool would be quite helpful.
Right, what about the size?
Quite small, probably so I can fit in my pocket, I thought.
Good, lovely. So let me see what I can show you here. What about this one? That model is actually one universal one. Open like that, and they use that things.
Great.
Wait a minute. You have a knife like that. I think the size is perfect for you. Screwdriver, bottle open, that thing's over there. And this one, coming in this special little case for yourself.
This store sells all kinds of things, and it feels like the goods are aimed at tourists. What is striking is that it's licensed to sell all manner of dangerous items. Some of these knives are huge.
Before you go home, if you've been here with the airplane, you need to pack that in your suitcase. It's not allowed to have it in hand luggage. So, my darling, price for this one is 30 left.
30.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very
too.
much.
Thank you, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
What did worry me about that shop was there was all manner of weapons, and I understand they're sold for hobbies or work, but if somebody wanted to get something to cause harm, they could do so easily.
It does remind me that with a gang war on in the area, that shops selling an array of lethal weapons hardly helps the situation. But what about the tourists? What's to stop some drunken thugs buying a few of these particularly nasty knives and using them without thinking? That does trouble me. St. Thomas Island is just 30 minutes from the mainland. I've left my guide Tryon behind, and he mentioned when we parted that the locals call it by another name, but wouldn't tell me what it is. Intriguing or dangerous?
I'm heading to an island in the Black Sea to meet a survival expert who'll hopefully equip me with the skills I need to last a night in the Bulgarian wilderness. I'm going to spend the night. There doesn't look like there's anywhere for me to sleep. First of all, I don't even know how I'm going to get off the boat onto the island, and I'm really hoping I don't have to go into the water.
I'm a city girl, but I do love being out in the middle of nowhere. Trouble is that I don't have any skills, so if I'm faced with having to survive, I have no idea how well I'll cope.
I'm not quite sure where to start. Getting across the island is tougher than I imagined, and there are cactuses everywhere, and the grass is up to here. I'm not really sure which direction I'm supposed to be going in. Every time I step on them, they're going through my shoes, and it's actually quite painful. This terrain is just, it's ridiculous. I'm hoping I'll find this guy soon, because I'm struggling a bit at the moment.
For the survival expert, all I have is a name, Momchil. I just have to hope he'll turn up soon, as I have no food or water. The idea is that he'll show me how to cope with being stranded on a deserted island. I can see now why no one lives here.
This island doesn't seem to be very big, so I'm just going to wait here and hope that he finds me.
The boat has gone, so I don't have a lift back to the mainland until the morning, and it will be dark in a few hours.
Hi.
Hey, Francesca.
Nice to meet you, Momchil.
Good to meet you.
So,
Momchil, where are we?
this is the Snake Island. Old people say that here live the queen and the king of the snakes.
Why is it called Snake Island?
Because of the gray snakes in the water. They eat fish.
I've not been here very long, but already I'm finding it really tough. How do you survive in a place like this?
We need 4 things: fire, shelter, food and water. And it's possible to find food on the cactuses. Actually, the fruit of the cactus is edible. Eat a lot of them, there is a lot of sugar, a lot of vitamin C.
Like a good survival expert, Momchil is already looking for a food source.
That's our food. That's our dinner. We need to cut the spikes and the rest is edible. So easy, but if you cut that, you need to be careful and patient.
How many of these do we need for dinner?
You need 10, 15 of them.
So 1 down,
Yes.
9 to go.
There's one thing the body needs more than food, and on a day like today when it's 30 degrees, I'll need a regular supply of safe drinking water. To get fresh water, the idea is that we create something called a solar water still. We dig a hole in the sand and place a discarded plastic water bottle in the ground.
And yeah, it's perfect.
We place a plastic sheet over the top with larger rocks around the edge of the hole.
Put the plastic here.
Condensation forms on the underside of the plastic from the heat of the sun,
You see?
filling the bottle with, hopefully, fresh drinking water.
It's very hot.
So how long will this take?
I think about 2-3 hours is enough. And when we come back, we'll have a water.
Brilliant. Okay.
If I know one thing about survival, it's that I need to make a fire. So this dry grass will be perfect.
This is just a start.
Yes, just a start. I think it's enough.
Okay.
We have the shopping list. So, we can go.
It gives us a chance to head back to the shoreline to see if we've managed to collect any water.
Whoa! We must very carefully open it. Look!
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Few hours.
Few hours, few bugs, but clean water.
Taste it. A little bit salty, maybe.
Tastes like plastic.
Yeah. Tastes like plastic.
And it's very hot.
But it's water.
It's clean water.
Yeah.
You do take it for granted that you can always have water on tap. You could find a way to shelter yourself. You might have a way to make fire, but learning this, how to create water, is incredible.
Yes, this is the number one, because the water is most important.
Yeah.
On the hot place like this, you can survive even a day without water.
So lesson number 1, making water from litter lining the beach, and a technique that would keep me alive. We head inland to find and build a shelter. It's a relief to be out of the blazing midday
Find
sun.
some snakes here, so can you use that? We must make noise and vibration on the ground, and the snakes don't like that.
So you bang before you go and the snakes will disappear. Are they poisonous?
Uninhabited islands like this can be home to thousands of unpleasant occupants. I've already found out that vipers roam the island, and creatures like the highly dangerous black and orange centipede, scorpions, spiders, and even ticks mean that I don't want to be sleeping on the ground.
So, about the shelter. We need just 4 points, like these two and these two. And we will fix the rope between these points. You make just one circle here. You get in here, like this, and that will be enough. So,
Okay.
all yours.
About here?
Yeah,
Here, okay?
yeah, I think this level is perfect. So make circle. Yeah, perfect, perfect. I need your help now. Let me go here, behind this tree. Give me here. We need same level here. It's perfect. Again here.
Perfect. So, what next?
Next, branches.
It's now a race against time to get the shelter built before dark.
It's quite interesting, the idea of this shelter. It's a nice idea, but I'm not 100% convinced by it. There's very little rope and it's quite loose, and the branches that I'm finding are so bristle, it feels like they would break if I tried to sit on them.
I'm told one key to survival is to keep busy and to stay positive. I'm feeling dispirited by my inability to find the right materials, while Momchill has accumulated a big pile of really sturdy-looking branches that we're going to use to make a bed.
You definitely won on the stick load.
Yeah.
I think I did quite badly here.
So, we take the first stick. We put them up here, under these two of it, and up again. If there is some problem, twist them. It's okay. Next in opposite direction, try you.
So
Down,
this will go under,
upper,
over.
and under. Okay. Yes, under.
It's a delicate process to keep threading the branches until it's solid enough.
Okay, left one, I think.
But will it take my weight?
The moment of truth. Yeah. Okay. There you are under.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it's very simple.
That is very good. Wow. It does need a mattress, but...
I have a good and soft idea for the mattress.
Yeah?
And to get a survival mattress, fill a bin liner with leaves.
So that looks a bit more comfortable.
Yeah,
What do we do now?
it's getting dark. It's better to make fire.
Okay.
And after that, good sleep.
Look at that. That is so cool.
Bonus. Okay, coming. Have a fire now. You do it well.
Perfect.
With a working fire, we can eat. Time to try the feast of cacti we picked earlier.
Can I try it?
Yeah, I think yes.
Can I just bite straight through? I eat the skin.
Directly, you can eat.
It's a bit like rhubarb.
Okay. So Francesca, now you have everything that you need. I'm going now I wish you a good sleep. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. I don't think I'm that worried about spending the night here alone necessarily, but I am worried about the snakes, and there are insects everywhere, and I saw these giant spider webs. I get a feeling that's probably gonna keep me up all night thinking about that.
Just making my way back the few hundred meters to camp is challenge enough.
It's so peaceful and quiet here. All I can hear is the crickets and the lapping of the waves. And it's so strange because I'm really not that far away from Sunny Beach. I'm on an island totally surrounded by water, but I'm going to confine myself to my bed tonight and hope the morning comes soon. I've already been awake for quite a few hours. As soon as the sun came up, it was impossible to sleep. Although the shelter wasn't particularly comfortable, I didn't see any snakes, so it worked in that respect. Whilst I've had a couple of hours here this morning, it's given me time to reflect on what I saw at Sunny Beach. And it really frustrated me that the official story I was getting just didn't match up to what Dimitar was telling me.
It's possible to step off the plane in Sunny Beach and not give a second thought to where you are in the world. But take a closer look and you'll realise it's just over 100 kilometres from the border with Turkey, a country that's now described by some media outlets as being the front line with so-called Islamic State. In recent months, Turkey has suffered a number of high-profile terrorist attacks, and many of the tourists that enjoyed its seaside resorts are now flocking to places like Sunny Beach. The province of Burgas is located along the border with Turkey. Traditionally rivals and rarely on good terms, the relationship between the two countries is as strained as ever. The reason I want to come here is because in the past 2 years, there's been an influx of refugees from conflicts in the Middle East, and I want to find out how this humanitarian crisis has affected this place and how its people are reacting to it. Traian decides that this is where he says goodbye to me. I know we're close to the border, but something here feels strange.
Come with me.
Is this a soldier? Is he military? What's going on?
There will be an exercise now in the forest. So there will be some people hiding in the woods that want to surprise us. Okay, there is one lying there.
Yeah,
You see?
there.
Dobre.
I'm embedded with a group of civilians, local residents who consider a terrorist threat from Turkey and beyond, and the influx of illegal immigrants to be so bad that they've decided to take direct action. They've created their own volunteer militia.
So what I think's happening is the exercise is split into two groups. The group that I'm in was ambushed by the group that are hiding. What's quite interesting is I had no idea how to react when these men come upon you with these masks and these guns and their face painted, and all I can think is, this is so outside my world and outside my sphere of thinking. I just froze.
Francesca, now we're coming to our base training camp. We're here gathered about 50 people, volunteers from Varna and the region, just ordinary people. We are not an army.
Tiamir is the leader of a military union that calls itself Vasylevsky. Their aim is to stop any illegal immigrant coming over the border from Turkey into Bulgaria, to hand them over to the authorities and send them back.
We use some airsoft weapon just to make acquainted with weapon. We train our people to read cards, topographic cards. Our goal is to be able to protect our families and our people in case that there is a bigger invasion.
You say you're not a military organization.
No.
What do the military think of you doing this?
With some authorities in our southern border with Turkey, sometimes our groups coordinate when they go there. They usually call them, and sometimes our groups call the border police to come and to take the illegal immigrants.
How real is the risk of those that are passing across the border being extremists or terrorists?
More than 90% are men, young men, trained men. They don't have passports. We don't know. We cannot identify them, whether they are Islamists, whether they are ordinary people, whether they are refugees, or they are just illegal immigrants that are running from some wars in Syria, in Iraq, in Afghanistan. Because a refugee is a person that is coming from a neighboring country that is in war. First of all, Turkey is not actually in war, so coming from Turkey, they are not refugees. They are illegal immigrants because they passed the Bulgarian border without authorization.
The land border with Turkey covers a distance of 240 kilometers, and until recently, it has been easy for migrants to cross. But now the Bulgarian government has been building a fence, a big one. For those who do get through and are intercepted by the vigilante group, they are issued with written notices to encourage them to turn back.
You have committed a crime, please go back immediately. When women or children who need help, call 120.
So if you were to come across women or children, solely a group of women or children,
Yeah,
would you still take them back across the border, or would you allow them to pass?
Of course, if they need some help, we can help them. Of course, our people give them water and...
But you would still return them across the border?
I'm not sure what is the exact situation at this moment. Maybe some they can take, some return, depending on the situation.
Why are you keen to stop them? Why not let them just pass through and let the next person deal with them?
Because we're not sure how many of them will actually go through Western Europe and how many of them want to stay for some purpose in Bulgaria. Because unfortunately, our southern part of Bulgaria, where the so-called radical Islamists that they come, we're actually sure that a certain percentage stay here and they want to radicalize our people here. Not just the ones that follow Islam, but also our gypsies.
Have there been any attacks, any terrorist attacks, any extremist attacks that have happened here in Bulgaria?
A few years ago, there was one terrorist act in Burgas airport. I don't know, maybe you have heard about this. They have blown a bus with Israeli tourists, and about 7 people died. What we see here...
They want to show me how they track and stop anyone they consider a threat, whether that's illegal immigrants or terrorists coming over the border from Turkey.
За среща с трафиканти, незаконно преминаващи и трафиканти, отбелязваме, реагираме.
The group, made up of men and women, are tracking one of the members, posing as a potential target. The aim is to learn how to capture. The weapons the group are using look incredibly convincing. If I came across them in the woods, they'd definitely stop me in my tracks. I can tell that they mean business. Time for the training exercise to begin.
Okay, so we have an information that the group of illegal immigrants is heading down the slope, and our commander separated the group in two parts so that we can surround them.
How many are you? 5. Where are you from? Afghani. Who showed you the way?
By the map.
By the map? Who gave you the map?
From Google.
From Google? Uncle Google gave you the map?
Yeah.
Do you have any weapons?
No.
No?
No.
Now we will take them to a certain point where we will call the border police, and we will give them our coordinates so that they come and take them.
That was an experience I've not had before. That was quite something to watch. I understand, I was told, they don't shoot the weapons, but they were used as a definite threat. At the minute, all I'm seeing is a vigilante group, and that terrifies me.
To try to get a sense of how the influx of refugees and immigrants, illegal or otherwise, is affecting everyday life here, I'm heading into the nearby town of Malko Tarnovo. It has a population of just 2,500, and it's situated just 5 kilometers from the Turkish border. First impressions are of a quaint, sleepy rural town, but the threat from the East and the Middle East in particular looms large. I have an appointment with a charity worker and academic whose job it is to help and study refugees and asylum seekers who have managed to make their way into Bulgaria. Svoboda Stoyeva is an expert in refugee migration and regularly sees people from countries like Syria, Afghanistan and Iraq, desperate to reach the safety of the EU.
Why are they wanting to come into Bulgaria?
Because of the political situation now in the world, Bulgaria is first safe country that they come to. For example, Turkey, it's not safe country because they are like a guest there. They cannot work, they cannot go to the school or continue their education. So because of them, most of them want to go to Europe when they can settle down and rebuild their life.
I've met some people who have very strong opinions on refugees coming into Bulgaria, and in fact, whether we should call them refugees at all. What's your opinion on this?
Since 2011, most of the media coverage produced this idea that only Syrians are true refugees and asylum seekers. But there are many countries with with a lot of problems, so a lot of people are like forced migrant, and I think that society don't understand what this actually means.
Do you think the situation is going to improve anytime?
I hope. What we see now is just one atmosphere of scaring people, hating people, and etc. So I think that if we know more about others, it will be easier for us to accept them.
Wherever my sympathies lie, there's no doubt that both sides of this story have fear, and a solution seems a long way off. Until then, it feels like a place where mistrust and danger will hang over it. I want to see the border for myself, so I ask a local to take me there. But things are not as I had expected. I've stumbled across a rather strange place. There's a rusty old fence here. Surely this isn't all the Bulgarian authorities have to keep out migrants and potential terrorists. I'm hoping that Goran Gorov, a PhD student of cultural heritage, can shed some light on the situation.
So Goran, where are we?
We are very close to the border with Turkey. The Turkish border is only 2 kilometers away.
I'm told that the Bulgarian border force don't take kindly to people approaching the fence. Fortunately, Goran knows this area well, so knows how to navigate through the forest.
Поне течал много слаб ток, който
An electrical current ran across the fence,
на оградата е задействал специална система.
and when anyone touched it, a special alarm was sounded and it alerted the guards.
На място, на което се намираме в миналото,
There was also a line of sand, so when someone went through it, the authorities could tell whether a person had crossed or an animal.
или някакво случайно животно. След което
After that, the trespasser would find themselves at the border area, where the guards were waiting for them.
които са го чакали.
So this wasn't the real border. The real border is actually a couple of kilometers that way.
Но тогава не е имало.
Back then, it was policed by the border military. Many people just disappeared.
Bulgaria was a communist country until 1989, and they were very keen to keep their citizens from leaving.
Can you take me to the real border?
I can't. It's a highly sensitive area and there is a high military presence. The reason is because of the importance of the protection of the border into the EU. Going near it is strictly forbidden, but I do have a special police access to take you as close as I'm allowed.
If we tried to go any closer than this, then we'd be stopped by the police and the military who are protecting the border.
The real border looks very different from this. This is an obsolete system. Today they have more modern equipment with specialist thermal imaging cameras.
Goran takes me as close to the border as it's safe to go. This vantage point sits in the Strandzha Mountains, and beyond the trees lies Turkey.
This is the closest we can get to the border with Turkey. You can see it over there.
So this over here is Turkey?
Over that hill.
Looking at this area now, it's huge. And it's wooded and mountainous. You can see why it's so difficult to police.
The police can detect every movement in the forest. They see everything. Through the trees, even in the dark.
On the surface, Bulgaria seems to operate like any other country. But I've met people and I've heard things which tell a totally different story. From organised crime to volunteer militia, people are working outside of the system and taking things into their own hands. The police and the military are doing their best, but they are stretched so thin. And in my opinion, it's only a matter of time until somebody gets caught in the crossfire.